In this opportunity, I would like to tell you how meditation can help you alleviate the depression, the disorder of the depression. To tell you how meditation does help you with depression, I have to go to the board first. I draw here a girl, and her name, let's call her Lucy. I like to call her Lucy, my little girl that I draw. And when she was even actually when she was in her mother's womb, since then she started to gather information in the form of emotions, and all the emotions that her mother felt when she was in her womb, she felt the emotions too, Then when she was a little kid, she accumulated information from her parents, from the teachings of her parents, from the what she saw that her parents did, because we teach the kids with example, the accumulation she gathered from the teachers from the school, from the from all her friends in the house, in the school, from her siblings, and all the experiences she had, and this is all this information she gathered in a box, what I call a box of information, So actually, this box, we all have this box, no, and this box can have um, good and positive experiences, or also bad and negative information, So what happens is that we carry this box to adulthood, we carry this box to adulthood. And for some people, the experiences and information of this box is negative, is not so good. No, we all human beings are a mix of good and bad experiences and information. But for some people, there is a incline for the negative. There are people who have accumulated more negative information. So when she becomes an adult, this negative information, this negative box that she also carries to adulthood, she can develop then depression in her life. So this depression is characterized by um, a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of lack of interest for life, and you have thoughts that the future is obscure for you, that the future will be bad for you. There are a lot of negative thoughts that feed this emotion of sadness, And what happens is that it starts a vicious circle, that you are sad, and you have a lot of recurrent negative thoughts that feed this sadness, and then you feel more sadness, and you feel more emptiness, and this produces more negative thoughts, and you enter a vicious cycle, no, that increases the depression, no. It's important to say that to be depressed, you don't just need to be sad, you have to maintain this sadness for at least 2 weeks. And also, this sadness has to impede, has to be an obstacle for you to develop a normal life, a good life, so it's not enough to be sad, you have to have more things in order to consider yourself to be depressed, no. Also, you have to be diagnosed by a psychiatrist, by a doctor, not to be depressed, So how meditation can help us deal with depression, or diminish, or progressively go out of it, is one thing that has a meditation is that you no longer identify with this box of bad thoughts and feelings, And what happens is for people who are depressed, they are locked in this box and they identify with these depressive feelings and these depressive thoughts, And what happens when in meditation is that we we have a little step back mentally, And what I always say is that this little mental step back that makes you no longer be in the box, be identified with the box. Now you are the observer of the box. Now you look at the box. And now you have the chance to no longer believe that those thoughts, those negative thoughts that feed your depression. Now you're the observer of those thoughts. And this is a completely different stance, a complete different mental position, And from there, as I said, you start not to believe on those negative thoughts, that feed your depression. So these negative thoughts have no longer the same power to take you over, these negative thoughts have no longer power to drag you, or these negative thoughts start to lessen their power to drag you, because what we do in meditation is observe the thought. And when a bad thought comes in meditation, you don't resist it, but you don't follow it either, you don't follow it either. So you just observe it and you go back to the present moment, and you start going back to the present moment, and you start figuring out that the present moment is a present moment of peace, of calm, of mental clarity, So you start balancing, your sadness, your um, negative thoughts with peace and calmness, So progressively you start feeling better, you start feeling more calm, and progressively your repression start to diminish, This is not overnight. This take time and practice, but little by little you start living a life with a lot more calmness and peacefulness, and sometimes even joy, The joy of just be, that is another YouTube program that I can talk about that, If you have depression, please follow, keep on seeing your doctor, your psychiatrist, your psychologist. Don't just leave it and go to meditate. Go and tell your doctor, I want to meditate, and probably your doctor will say, good idea, and probably they will encourage you to meditate. And I think if you do this, it will be very helpful for you. If all this information have resonated with you, I invite you to be part of my community. Meditations with Hector is a Skool Community. In the description of this video, I will put the link to my community, so you just have to click on it. It's a free community. You have to pay to enter. So you just have to click on the button, and I wait you in the community. We will have you will find people the same as you interested in meditation. You will find a free course that you can do, and you will find also 2 meditations, guided meditations by me for you to practice. So it's an excellent course. Also, you can put your questions in the post, and I'll answer to them. So I wait you inside the community. Send you a big hug. See you there.